we're going to attempt to build an Amazon wholesale business, certainly get our research in place using a combination of AI, Amazon, and a little bit of magic from our brains, Mike. I'm excited, but also a bit nervous. This may or may not work.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to jump over to Chat GPT, and we're going to basically get Chat GPT to build us an Amazon business. What we want to do is we want to determine what products are we ultimately going to sell. So I'm just going to jump into Chat GPT and I'm going to say, what is the most profitable category of items to sell on Amazon? Electronics, we have home and kitchen, clothing and apparel, health and personal care. Okay, so we're gonna have to narrow this down. I think chat's gonna come up with all of the answers, so we're gonna have to absolutely narrow this down.
You say if you had to pick one category to sell in, which one would it be? All right. So they said health and personal care, and that was down to the two. We're not let's not say anything just in case this video gets banned. God knows. But health and personal care. Let's just go with that, Mike. What do you think?
Absolutely. So next I'm gonna go in, and so we have a category that we're gonna sell in, and now we need to determine what types of products within that category, because there could be potentially thousands of different products for us to sell. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask, what are some of the top brands in this category?
Right. So Neutrogena, we got Philips, Optimum Nutrition, and some of these are going to be private label brands as well.
A lot of these I'm recognizing as, big consumer brands. So there's tons here that I like. We have 12 different ones to choose from. So what do you say we just run with a couple of these? I'm going to choose them at random, and we're going to go find out, based off of what we've been shown with ChatGPT, if we can go out and actually sell some of these items and start building this business up. What do you say, Steven?
I think it's a great idea. So we're going to go at random. So you're going to go with Sarah V there. Look like you're hovering over that one.
Yeah, I'm just going to go grab number 10, literally at random. You could do this with any of these. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to pop over to one of our favorite, most well-known websites, Google, and we are going to check out Sarah V on Amazon. We got to see, does this product brand sell well? Is this something ultimately that we can expect to sell? So as we type in, I'm just typing the brand name in. And what we want to do is we want to assess if there's opportunity for us to sell these products. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dive in here, and we're going to have to use a software, and we can actually give that software. It's completely free to use. We'll leave it down in the description below. It's called DS Amazon Quick View. And so what that does is it gives you this little chart, this little area that's going to tell us who's selling these products and how well these products actually sell. And so anytime we see these numbers, right, number 21, 135 in beauty and personal care, that speaks to how well these items sell. So the lower the number, the better they sell. And there's quite literally millions of items in these categories and on Amazon. So whenever we're seeing numbers like 10, 21, 135, this is incredible. This is telling us that these items are selling better than thousands or millions of other items. So that checks a big box for me. And then the next one I want to look at is, hey, are other people already selling these products? Because logic says if other people are selling them, then there's a great possibility that we can also sell these products. So as we're coming in here, we see sold by Amazon. So we want to avoid items that are only sold by Amazon for this business model, but absolutely any items that show that there's FBA sellers or fulfilled by Amazon sellers, that's an opportunity for us. Those are people just like us, Amazon sellers, that are reselling these types of products. So I'm just going to keep scrolling, take a look at some additional opportunities here. And anytime we see FBA sellers and more than one, that's considered a good potential opportunity. So we've already seen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this brand looks like there might be some great possibilities, some great potential here for us. So let's hop back. Let's see if there's some more potential.
Well, as we're just building up this list now. So that's another key point for you. If you're in our program, if you're not in our program right now, is just understanding we're building a big list. So the more that we have, the better. So let's move on to another brand. Let's see what's going on.
So next, let's take a look at Nordic Naturals. We're gonna let this load up and we're gonna do the exact same thing. Let's take a look if there's any potential with the Nordic Natural brands. It looks like they do a lot of omega-3s. I personally have actually sold thousands of units of Nordic Naturals. So that's super interesting that Chat GPT decided to bring this up. So it's a known opportunity. But if we didn't know that, we would look it up and use this. And so here's one that's very interesting that we see that has some incredible opportunity. And the reason I know that is because we see these nice low numbers still. Remember, there's millions of items. So anytime you're seeing hundreds or even a few thousand, that's an incredible rank or BSR. And here we actually don't see any of that sold by Amazon. We see tons of these FBA seller badges. So that's another great potential opportunity. So there's 5 products there, another 5 products that have those same badges, another 5 products, those same badges, great ranks. So again, that tells us that this is an incredible opportunity to potentially go out and find and sell Nordic Natural items as well. What do you say, Steve, that we do one more brand just to see?
Yeah, we'll do one more and then we're going to dive deep into some of these opportunities and just show you how we'll do the next step.
And again, exact same process. We're going to mimic this, go to Amazon, go to Dove, and we're going to allow our free software tool to dive in and tell us a little bit more information and what's going on with Dove. We see that we do have FBA sellers. We do see a little bit of Amazon as well, some additional FBA sellers. So this is another great potential brand. Relatively low numbers and ranks. We do see some Amazon, we'd avoid those products. And then we do see other FBA sellers. And so if this was me going through and doing this research for my business, I'd probably scroll down, take a look at maybe 15, 20 different products very quickly. And quickly, we're understanding that there are some really great opportunities for us to hop in and actually sell a brand like this.
You're looking for multiple sellers and that's sold by Amazon badge is not there. It's kind of a double tick. It's telling us that there's opportunities, other people are selling using FBA, but Amazon aren't there. And so it doesn't mean you can never sell if it says sold by Amazon and FBA sellers. It's just nice that they're not on some of the listings. And I suppose when you're starting out, you're looking for the lowest amount of friction possible just so you can get something up and running. So with that being said, Mike, this is where a little bit of magic comes in from you now, having the experience you have here. You're looking through this. You've seen like lots of different opportunities. Let's just imagine you had no prior knowledge whatsoever and you've just seen what you've seen. What is your brain going, right? This looks like the first brand I would spend my time on. Why is your brain telling you that?
So knowing what we know now, the very basics of, hey, we have a software tool that's telling us sold by Amazon, not sold by Amazon. Are there other FBA sellers? Ranks are looking relatively decent. I'm probably going to pick the brand that has the least sold by Amazon.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be my first opportunity. And then I would come back around to those other brands. So I know what you're saying, Mike. Okay, cool. We've got Chat GPT to go in. They've given us 12 different brands to look at. We said, okay, there's some potential opportunity on Amazon for us to actually sell those. So you're probably sitting there thinking, well, I need to get access to these items. How do I actually get access to see if these are good opportunities? And so for that, I would say, let's go back to ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say and if it can point us in the right direction. And so with this, we're going to be focusing on the Amazon wholesale model, which means that we're going to be finding other businesses that offer these products in bulk at a discount to us that we can then go and buy and resell on Amazon. So simply what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop back into ChatGPT and I'm going to say, find me some wholesale suppliers in the USA. We're going to focus on the USA market for the Nordic Naturals brand, because that's what we have chosen. We're going to see what Chat GPT has to say. All right. So sorry, I can't provide real-time wholesale supplier data. So it's giving us some additional ways that we can actually go out and find these types of suppliers. So we could contact Nordic directly. We could look at B2B marketplaces, etc. And so for me, that's not good enough. Let's go back to chat. Let's dig out the answers of chat. List me some wholesale distributors for Nordic Naturals.
And also, while you're watching, you might be wondering, why are we starting with suppliers? Why are we not just like diving into each of the different products? And it's because we want to see, can we get access to the products first? Because it's all well and good if we see that there's a lot of people selling them on Amazon, but if we can't get access to them, who cares how well they're selling? So that's why we focus the way we're focusing on. But it looks like chat has decided, no, I'm not going to be cool. And in fact, they're telling us, they're nearly forcing us to use another website now because of their behavior.
Yeah, so this is like the way it is in business. We're hitting a bit of a roadblock with chat. But hey, thanks, chat. You've got us a good amount of the way. You've identified us some fantastic brand opportunities. So we're going to be resourceful. We're going to use another method that we know how to use. And we're going to use a massive website, a little website called Google. And so I'm going to do something similar and see what Google brings us. And I'm just going to look up Nordic Naturals Wholesale Suppliers USA. So the exact same thing. And we're going to see what Google ultimately has to say about it. So as we scroll down, we want to move past any of kind of these sponsored ads. And then here we have Nordic Naturals. They're actually showing us who their worldwide distributors are. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. And we're just going to find a couple different potential suppliers here as well. So we have another one, Nordic Natural Wholesale Products. That's probably one that makes sense. Nordic Naturals Wholesale Distributor. These are all fantastic looking opportunities. And then we just have to go in there and kind of continue to validate those. So I'm just going to grab a couple here at random. We're going to pop in here and take a bit of a look. So first and foremost was Nordic Naturals website. And so we'd want to go to North America, see what they have available. So this is international. So if we were selling in, like, say, Canada, Mexico, etc. For example, I'm located in Canada. We could click on Canada. Here's a list of their Canadian suppliers here. It looks like it's giving us some internationals.
And to back up ChatGPT for just one sec, Mike, they did tell us to go and look at their website, and we are on their website. So, I'm gonna give a +1 for chat on that one.
Absolutely. +1 for chat. Let's take a look at DSN Group. Prices indicated in the price list from the USA warehouse. See, that's fantastic. So this is basically saying, hey, we have a price list. It's showing that we have Nordic Naturals available for sale here. If you have any questions, you can actually just call them directly, even a USA number there. And one really good thing that I always like to see is we have to register, or we have to log in order to get an account. So one thing about selling wholesale is that we're going to be a business, right? We're starting a business. We're going to be purchasing from a business so that we can get those discounted prices that I mentioned, and then we can resell those items on Amazon. So often businesses would like us to make an account with them just so we can get access to all of their products. So as you can see, they have a price list. So they're going to have a list of all the Nordic Naturals and the prices that are available once we sign up and register. So dsn.group looks like it'd be a great opportunity for us to go in, get access to those products through our business, and then be able to resell them again on Amazon. The entire process here, to reiterate, is we used ChatGPT, gave them a couple of prompts, and they were able to give us 12 potentially solid brands for us to go out and actually source or find opportunity with.
We could also say to Chat GPT here, hey, give us another 12, give me another 20, and they would go and they would give us additional ones as well. So obviously the 12, we're not stuck with just that 12, just so you know. Sorry, Mike, could it continue? So we found a brand, and you were going to move on to the next stage then.
Yeah, absolutely. So we found a brand, we validated them on Amazon, and then we actually went out and we used Google to go and find some great potential opportunities. So as Steven said, we would go through, we would do this with all 12 different brands, find some potential wholesale suppliers for them. Once we got through those, again, we can come to chat and we can ask for another 10, another 12, another 20. And that's the incredible thing about using AI and using chat, is it's an endless resource for things like that. And it's as good as the prompts that you give it and what you actually put in for information. And so we're at a point where we found some suppliers, or we found a good supplier at least. And so what I want to do is I want to dive in and I want to take a look a little bit deeper on if there are some good opportunities within some of these products. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of these at random and we're going to take a look a little bit deeper. So let's go Nordic berries. And so what we're going to do is we want to determine if Nordic berries might be a great opportunity to sell. And so the first thing that I want to look at is I want to take a look at, are there other sellers? We know there are, but we want to take a look at who some of these other sellers are. So to do that, what we can do is just scroll down, and if ever you see this new and a number, you can take a look at who some of these other sellers are. So we have one person that's actively selling that we saw there in what's called that buy box. And then we see another brand or another seller here as well. So CP William LLC. So it's just a random name, but we see ships from Amazon.com, sold by CP William LLC. So this company much like myself and Steven, that sells other people's brands wholesale on Amazon. So this is the exact type of seller that we like to see, because that tells us, hey, this person has gone out, they found a source, a wholesale supplier for Nordic Naturals. They've purchased and they've actually sent these products in to sell on this specific listing. And so this gives us a good area of information to know that, hey, there's some opportunity here. Other people are actively doing this. We can additionally hop in and use a tool called Hero Launchpad, which is our own tool, and we can use our scanner. And this scanner is a piece of software that just tells us how many units does this product sell? How much revenue does this product ultimately make on a monthly basis? And so between all the different sellers that are on this listing, we saw a total of 2 sellers. There's 1,144 units being sold, making up nearly $40,000 every single month, just selling this one single Nordic Berries original flavor multivitamin gummy. Now we know, hey, there's multiple sellers selling this product. Other people are doing this. We know that, hey, this product sells extremely well, nearly 40,000 units per month. We do see, okay, there's a 120 count and also a 200 count. That would probably share that, but still a massive opportunity with hundreds and hundreds of sales. And now we've even found a supplier. I think if we look in there, they are actually even selling Nordic Berries. They're advertising it right on their website. So we found a supplier that could potentially even give us this exact same product. All that's left for us to do is go ahead and sign up with this supplier, get access to this price list, and be able to determine which products that we want to move forward with, what will our budget allow us to move forward with inside of our business. We'd source those items, meaning we purchase them from the supplier, and then we can actually send them into Amazon and sell them on this exact same listing that we see, and we can sell alongside these other sellers.
And we're just looking to take a slice, by the way, of the total revenue. So let's say the revenue there, it's nearly 40 grand. We don't need, and we're not going to get 100% of those sales. But even if we could get 10%, there's nearly $4,000 in revenue with that one item. So you can see then, if you got 10%, you got, let's say, $4,000 per month. Well, then if you had 20 of those, 10 of those, even 10 of those, and again, all things remaining equal, basic maths, right? That's $40,000 revenue a month. It's only $500,000 a year in revenue. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, what would the profitability on that overall business be? Could be anywhere from 15 to 20%. You know, at 20%, at nearly $500,000 a year, you know, do the mathematics, nearly $100,000 in potential profit. Let's just wind it down. Let's say it was 70 grand, right? In kind of profit before tax. It's great. And that's what we're talking about. And you didn't have to import stuff from China. You didn't have to place, you know, ridiculously massive orders on one item. You were able to order lots of different products that are proven. And this is proven. We can see how much money these are making. We can see other people are selling them, which gives us a lot of confidence. So AI ultimately led us to a great brand. We obviously then used a bit of our own knowledge on Amazon to figure out what were interesting opportunities. But I mean, Mike, we can click in. Let's just click into one more product here and just look at the revenue. That's all I want to do, just to kind of give you watching today a feel for what's possible with different kinds of products on Amazon. And let's find one where there's multiple different sellers, just so you can see many people are selling this, many people are making some money on this. And let's look at that, and then we'll wrap up, Mike.
And we saw there's quite literally dozens of just Nordic Naturals alone. We already found somebody who can give us these products. So we could build a $500,000, potentially $1 million business on one brand, one supplier, potentially. All right. So yeah, I'll just pop back here. Let's take a look at some that have multiple sellers, and we'll see if some of those sales are similar to what we saw. Take a look at another product. Let's click in and take a look at this Pro Mega 2000. And so first thing I want to look at is we'll scroll down and see the other sellers that are available here. And so here we can see we have Premier Brands Online, we have V2 Wellness Inc., we have Enzo Nutrition. So again, these are all sellers, much like myself or Steven, that have went out, found some of these products, ordered from wholesale suppliers, and are selling on this exact listing. Let's take a look again at our Hero Launchpad scanner, and let's see what types of revenues and monthly units sold we can see here. So as we can see, we have a monthly revenue of nearly $300,000 with this one single item, equating to about 3,800 units per month. So again, this is being shared between about 9 or 10 different sellers. But even if we looked at, like Steven said, a tenth of those sales, we're at nearly $29,000 per month with just one single item. And as we saw, Nordic has dozens of different items, and we even found a potentially great source to actually go and buy those items.
So there you go. I mean, we used AI, it got us up and running. We found potential products. We even found suppliers using Google. Obviously, the next step of the process would be to go through each different item, make sure we can get them from the supplier, get pricing, stuff like that. Hey, if you'd like to see us do that kind of thing in the future, jump down to the comments and give me a little hashtag more, M-O-R-E. And also make sure you do give this video a massive like as well. It's really important that you do that. And if you're not in our world, of course, and you want to like get the exact strategy, learn exactly how we do this step by step in detail, you can check down to the description. There's going to be a link there, some additional free training where you can learn more about us, Marketplace Superheroes. You can learn how you can get involved in this as well, and how you can actually do this yourself and legitimately build a real business selling already proven, already successful brands. We will see you all in the next video.